Hello and welcome to our Introduction to Meditation Level 1 program. My name is Venerable Tarpa, and I am thrilled to be here with everybody. It's nice to get back to another program. We had a few weeks off from our last one, and oh, I needed it. It felt good to relax. Hey, I wanted to welcome everybody to SBT for those that are new here. SBT, the Secular Buddhist Tradition, is an international community dedicated to the study and practice of secular Buddhism and the timeless wisdom of the Buddha. You can learn more about us from our website at sbtonline.org. This is our first class of our 3-week Introduction to Meditation Level 1 program. In this course, we'll be learning the basics about meditation and mindfulness. For those of you who are new to meditation, no worries. This program is gradual and easy to follow, and I'll be guiding you step by step through the whole course. The way our program works is our main class is taught each Saturday at this time, and then you're asked to engage in daily meditation throughout the week to put into practice what you learn here. The study material for this program is presented in two ways. First, the more detailed textbook presentation is provided in our program text, which is called Introduction to Meditation Level 1. You can download that from our website. Then during our classes, we explore the material through a more hands-on experiential approach, a more fun approach. For this reason, it's really important that everybody reads and familiarizes themselves with the program text before the classes. That's all your technical information of meditation and the likes. During this program, we'll be asking you to commit to a twice-a-day meditation practice. The duration of each meditation session can be as short as just 5 or 10 minutes for each session. So we're not asking for a huge commitment here. Today we're going to be learning the basics of meditation. Let's begin by looking at a basic overview. Meditation is a method or practice for developing the mind, a method aimed at becoming more consciously aware and engaged in our daily lives. The actual technique can be as simple as closing our eyes while focusing on the felt sensation of the inflow and outflow of your breath, which works to calm and stabilize the mind. All that's needed is a quiet environment, a comfortable seat, an alert posture, and a willingness to grow and explore. At a basic level, the aim of meditation is simply to become calmer, but profoundly calmer, from which clarity, objectivity, and mental and emotional stability arise. As mentioned, we like our classes to be a bit more hands-on and experiential. So how about we dive right into an exercise that can offer a more direct understanding of meditation itself? This is a very simple example of meditation that uses visualization to help capture the proper spirit of the practice. It's a method that we often use when teaching children. I think it's a really beautiful practice as well. So to start, let's begin right where you are. You're sitting on your chair. Your back should be straight, but not rigid. You can rest your hands on your thighs, close your eyes, relax, and breathe naturally through your nose. Next, begin to calm your mind and breath while using your imagination to Visualize you're in front of a beautiful field. You decide to sit down on a nearby rock and take in the beauty and serenity of the moment. You close your eyes and focus your full attention on your breath. You then simply sit and breathe, following the inflow and outflow of your breath. This is meditation. And as you sit, just continue to watch the breath, experiencing the inflow and outflow of your breathing. Relax into the experience. Slowly begin to come back. take a moment to observe how you feel. How was your first meditation? Did it feel long, that 5 minutes? Would anyone like to share their experience? Dharma?
Yeah, I dozed off. I fell asleep. So it doesn't count.
That's true. Maybe you needed the sleep more than the meditation.
When you talked about imagining yourself on a field, I was like, do I have time to sneak out back and go on the bench right there? Wouldn't that be funny if you open your eyes and you saw me way out there? I think the mic would reach, actually.
Wonderful.
Nice little garden back there of flowers, hydrangeas in bloom.
So the purpose of this visualization is to demonstrate the proper open and positive attitude required for meditation, which we harness for its uplifting, expansive, and productive energy. Whereas the purpose of placing our awareness on the breath is to give the mind a resting place to anchor and stabilize itself. One of the greatest pitfalls when learning to meditate is having the misconception that our aim is to enter some kind of dull, spaced out, or trance like mental state. This is a mistake. I think this arises from popular culture and things we see watching movies. Properly understood, Buddhist meditation is to abide in a state of heightened awareness that's bright, clear, and alert. In addition, meditation is not about suppressing our thoughts or emotions, but instead it's focused on gaining mastery over them. You can often tell when your meditation practice is productive by the state of mind when you're coming out of your meditation. If you feel groggy and sleepy, it shows you are meditating in a dull state. Whereas after a proper productive meditation, you should feel rested, calm, and clear minded. So let's try another exercise. I told you we were going to have fun today. This one demonstrates the proper alert mental state that we utilize during Buddhist meditation. So again, let's just sit right where you are. This is a fun exercise. I'd like you to take a moment and just observe your current state of awareness or attention, right? Nor your normal common attention. You can look around a little bit, and I want you to notice the clarity, alertness, and the vividness of your mind in its normal state, right? Now, while maintaining that alert and attention, I want you to close your eyes. But remember to maintain that same level of clarity and alertness. Now open your eyes. Were you able to maintain that clarity and alertness even with your eyes closed? Sometimes with just closing our eyes, it signals the brain that it's time to take a nap. So let's try it one more time. So again, observe your current state of bright, alert awareness and attention. Look around. Notice the clarity, alertness, the vividness of your mind. Now, maintain that and close your eyes. Keep maintaining that same level of clarity and alertness. Now open your eyes. This is the bright, clear, alert state of mind that we utilize in proper meditation, rather than letting the mind drift off into a dull or spaced out mental state. This is the alert state of mind you will be cultivating and maintaining through all of your meditations. Any questions? Do you understand this bright, clear state of mind that we're going to be working with? Miss Katz?
I think, yeah, for a short time, we need it for a short time, yes. And then I know that after a while, it's like, starts to power down and I have to, bring it back up again. Yeah.
And that's the job of meditation, is to maintain that. We do it in a soft and a gentle way, but we're always trying to do that. When we fall into dullness, our meditation just becomes not very productive. Yeah, David?
Yeah, for the first couple of years I was with SBT. You'd been saying that, and I never really succeeded in it. I always was calm, yes, but down, you know. Whereas now I get it entirely, but it took a long time for me to actually understand what you're talking about. Thank you.
A lot of people confuse that dull state of mind in meditation as success. They feel like that calmness, oh, something's happening. I'm going into some kind of meditative state. And it's not, it's a trap. And it prevents us from being able to really get some great benefit from our meditation. Now, at high levels of meditation practice, things like that happen, but not at this level. So at this level, to get there, we have to maintain that bright state of mind. Clint, did you want to share?
Yeah, it felt like I was trying to still imagine what I was seeing after I closed my eyes. Like I'm trying to hold the mental state, so I got a picture of the room. Maybe it's because we just did a visualization exercise that I'm stuck in that gear. But is that what I was supposed to do? Is
It
keep the
doesn't
visual?
matter. What we did was we tried to point you in a direction. We tried to show that mental clarity. And when you practice, a lot of those thoughts will just work their way out. The visualization will fall away, and you'll be able to train yourself at being able to hold that bright, alert state. We also do it with a lot of joy. We bring a lot of joy in at the same time, which helps maintain that. Okay, wonderful. If there's no more questions, let's move on to exploring a more refined meditation method. That was a very basic form. Generally, there are two forms of meditation: calm abiding, which, as the name implies, is aimed at calming and stabilizing the mind, and insight meditation, a contemplative practice aimed at gaining insight and understanding. Here in level 1 and level 2 of this program, we'll be exploring calm abiding meditation. Calm abiding, also referred to as serenity meditation, serves as the foundation for all forms of meditation. In the practice, an object of meditation is used to help stabilize the mind. The most common being the felt sensation of the inflow and outflow of the breath. By placing our attention on the breath, we're able to gather, stabilize, and anchor our often scattered attention. But what's truly remarkable is what happens once our attention is stabilized. We discover and experience an amazing state of mind referred to as presence or present moment awareness. So, in calm abiding, our first objective is to discover and abide in this mental state of presence, also known as present moment awareness. Presence is a state of mind that is fully aware and engaged in the present moment, in the here and now, without being lost in thought or distraction. Presence is a focused state of intentional, conscious awareness, a shift in perception in which we become the observing witness to the present moment. Presence is often first discovered in the momentary gap that exists between thoughts, at the gap from the ceasing of one thought before the next one arises. With practice, we can learn to lengthen that gap, which creates an amazingly spacious and calm state of mind. The way it works is when our attention is gathered and stabilized on the breath, the thought process begins to slow and relax, along with the intense immediacy and busyness that normally plagues our lives. As the constant stream of thought that usually occupies our minds begins to fall away, the mind becomes extraordinarily spacious, calm, and content. Let's try one more exercise, this time at directly experiencing presence. Again, let's sit right where you are. And now, with your eyes open, focus your attention on the inflow and outflow of your breath at the chest. Now, while maintaining that focus on the breath, start to also become aware of the felt sensation of your body. We're asking you to do two things at the same time. You can start by feeling individual parts, feeling your feet on the floor, your bottom on the chair, your hands on your thighs. But remember to remain aware of your breath. Now start to expand the felt sensation of your body, combining those parts and areas until you get a feeling of a full body awareness. Keep maintaining your attention on the breath. Now, while holding that, become aware of the quality of your mind. Is it currently reflecting on the past or planning for the future? In this state, is your mind fully present in the present moment? How does your mind and body feel in this state? Keep breathing, feeling the body. Can you feel the expansive feeling of your presence? A state that is free of petty concerns, daily strife and drama. A state of mind that's calm, stable, and grounded. Now slowly begin to come back. Were you able to touch that state of presence, to get a taste of it? Excellent. Well, through practice, it can become quite profound, and it is an extraordinary experience. Okay, how about we engage in another short meditation? This one a little longer. How about we do 10 minutes? Can you handle 10 minutes? All right. In this sitting, we'll be engaging in a basic form of calm abiding. in which we'll be focusing on the inflow and outflow of our breath. For sitting position, you can sit right where you are on the chair, or if it's more comfortable, you can sit on a firm cushion on the floor with your legs crossed. In this meditation, do your best to remain still, but if you're experiencing any itching or discomfort, feel free to scratch and adjust your posture. We're also going to introduce a meditation aid we call noting. Noting or labeling is used to help us discern when we're in meditation and when we're not. The way noting works is, while in meditation, when you notice your attention has wandered away from the breath, which it always does, you recognize it and silently note it thinking. You then bring your attention back to the breath while silently saying meditating to reestablish your meditation. Noting can be repeated as much as needed in order to stabilize your practice. During this meditation, remember to cultivate and maintain that bright, clear, alert state of mind we talked about, rather than letting the mind drift off into a dull or spaced out mental state. So let's begin by muting our audio, taking our seats, and getting comfortable. Your hands can be placed on your thighs. Close your eyes, begin to relax while breathing naturally through your nose. Next, I'd like you to look straight up at the ceiling. Bend back, pull your shoulders back, open your chest, and take 3 full, lovely breaths. This opens our posture and breathing pathways while reducing our tendency to collapse forward during meditation. And it feels great. When finished, you can lower your gaze. Now bring your full attention to the felt sensation of the inflow and outflow of your breath, either at the chest, stomach, or just below the nostrils. Then breathe. And when you notice that your mind has wandered away from your breath, silently note it, thinking, then return to the breath while saying meditating to reinitiate your meditation. We'll now engage in a silent meditation for the rest of this session. slowly begin to come back. And take a moment to observe how you feel. Welcome back, everybody. How was your second meditation? Did the 10 minutes feel long? I'm always surprised at what a good meditation I can get in 10 minutes. Was it difficult to hold your attention on the breath? That's always the tough one. Miss Lebdra?
I just really enjoy, just that simple noting, thinking. There's no judgment there. It's not hard it's just thinking back to the breath. It's just so gentle and just an observation. And yeah, it's a little arrow, like a little signpost, thinking back to the breath. It's
Just
good.
sitting and breathing, meditation so simple. Thank you, Kat. Miss Emma? You're muted.
Hey, sorry. Thank you. I find myself getting a little bit frustrated with that one because I find I was basically just going thinking, meditating, thinking, meditating, thinking, meditating. So it did get a little bit frustrating.
So in the text, we have a lot of tips on how to work with things like that. Well, one of the best ways is to just get to dig in stronger into the object of meditation. So in this case, it's the breath. So if you're watching the breath in just a superficial manner, it doesn't really hold your attention. So the idea is really try to dig in, really watch the breath, watch, where it rises, where the middle is, where the end is. And the more you can focus on that, that works as your anchor.
Thank you.
Now, through this program, we're going to continuously be sharing some new tips for working with that. Noting is the first one we're giving, right? And
Thanks.
remember, you don't have to note the whole time. Noting is a tool that you can use as needed, right? And also remember, every time you meditate, the mind's different. So maybe today you have a busy mind. Maybe tonight, when you meditate, you'll have great luck at it and you'll have a spacious mind. Garuda?
Yeah, one thing I noticed there was how important the posture is, because as soon as my posture went, I was sort of slouching maybe slightly, the attention went and the focus went totally. So as soon as I realized that, noted it basically and came back, readjusting my posture, and then it worked again. So it does emphasize how important posture is in the meditation.
Very much so. And our attention is really, really quite connected with our posture.
Very
You
much so,
can
yeah.
notice it if you go to a scary movie at a movie theater. And when the monster comes out, you'll notice everybody in the movie theater sits up perfectly straight. And it creates an alertness in us.
I don't
So
go
yeah,
to those; they're too scary.
but that's the right idea. We want a straight posture, but not rigid.
Mm.
Yeah, very, very helpful. Thank you. Wonderful. So, as far as what to expect from your meditation practice, in the beginning, besides feeling calmer and more content, the effects of meditation aren't always apparent. It takes a fair amount of time to practice before the mind and body become supple enough to experience richer benefits. Um, you should always try to keep your practice positive and enjoyable, and always be kind and gentle to yourself. You should never push through pain or torment yourself by setting unrealistic practice goals. which only create aversion to practice. Many meditators say that after a long, comfortable meditation, their minds feel wonderfully stable, healthy, and calm. I'd like to share another wonderful tool with everybody. I call it the 3-breath meditation. This is a very simple practice that I love and I utilize daily. It may seem simple, but I find it is greatly beneficial. So whether you're at work at your desk or standing in line at the store, you can always find a few minutes to find the peace and contentment that's always available to you. This short meditation centers our mind while anchoring us in the present moment. And it's as simple as taking 3 full breaths. So why don't we try this meditation together? Again, begin right where you are. As Garuda mentioned, we start with straightening our posture, so important. Close your eyes and now place your full attention deeply on the breath. Now let's take our first breath. Inhale, exhale. Our second, inhale and exhale. Then one more, inhale and exhale. Slowly begin to come back. You can use this simple 3-breath meditation to bring calmness and clarity to any situation, creating small, fresh starts throughout your day. I like doing them between projects. I like doing them before meals. It's a great thing to do. Whenever I'm starting a new project, it clears my mind and brings me some great clarity. Does anyone have any questions? What do you think of this 3-breath meditation? David, please.
How long, how lengthy should the breaths be? I found that a bit rushed almost. Should we be stretching it out, or is that about the right?
It's completely up to you. Some longer breaths might calm you some more. I tend to move through them a little bit so nobody falls over during meditation. Some people have short breaths and long, so better. I did them kind of short. You're right, but no, it should feel natural. It's definitely up to you. Yeah, you shouldn't be holding your breath or anything like that. Just think of the 3 breath a minute, just the simplest thing that you can do, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
Paul, please.
I like those short meditations kind of before and after, like driving or anything you think's gonna stress you out. You can even exhale a little bit, like it's just very much, stealing yourself almost for the situation. It can be helpful.
We kind of do it all the
Food for
time, but
toolbox.
don't really realize it. Like
Yeah, I do.
before a big meeting or anytime you're a little nervous, what do? We take a few deep breaths to center ourselves, to calm ourselves. This is just more of a constructive, more of a formal way to do that. But there's something about straightening your spine, closing your eyes, and the secret is how strongly you can focus on the breath. Again, when you're really strong, the mind stays present, it doesn't wander off. Sangpo?
Yep, I quite like the 3 breath. I tend to take the short breaths just, to deal with something, just to have that break, and something, whatever that might be. But sometimes where you just feel something's quite heavy, something's quite bothersome, taking a deeper breath and longer breath and, just taking my time and almost using that to prolong the space and the time, that I'm
Yeah,
taking that. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, you can do it at different lengths for different situations. It's very much up to you. Throughout the program, we're always trying to get everybody to see how these practices work for you. We're just filling up your toolbox of these meditative tools. Ultimately, you're the one that uses them. So you want to bring your own wisdom into it. Yeah. Clint?
Yeah, I wonder how do you see the difference between meditation and breath work? You know, there are a lot of apps who do these kinds of three breaths or box breathing, I know is in the program text. Do you see breath work as a type of meditation or something totally different?
I don't. I think that that's separate. We use the breath. And of course, in meditation, you quickly learn or discover the relationship between the breath and the mind. That the breath is an amazing thing for calming and focusing the mind. But I think breath work is quite different. I think the aim is different as well. Yeah, we do certain things like box breathing, which is that's another thing that you can use if your mind's very busy, and it's breaking up breath into four areas: breathing in, holding it for a moment, breathing out, holding it for a moment, and they call it box breathing because each one is supposed to be about the equal length. And that helps to calm the mind as well. So that's another tool for your toolbox. Yeah. But generally, in Buddhist practice, we don't really do much breath work. I know in Tantra they do, but generally, in at SBT, we don't. Thank you. So if there's no more questions, how about we move on to our closing thoughts? Um, so this week, our main focus will be on establishing a daily meditation practice. Easier said than done. But when first establishing a practice, it's often hard to sit for a prolonged length of time. Therefore, your aim should be to slowly become comfortable with this practice. This is done by engaging in short sessions and by utilizing the three breath meditation throughout the day. By keeping your practice short and pleasurable, your meditation will become something you look forward to. It's the quality of your meditation that's important, not the duration of each session. As you slowly gain experience and your mind and body become more supple, meaning soft and comfortable, you'll naturally want to stay longer in that state. It's important to understand and accept that every time you sit to meditate, the experience is different. One day you feel like you could meditate for hours, other times you have difficulty sitting for a few minutes. So, regarding this, you need to accept each meditation as unique and as new and unique from all others. And within each session, you simply sit and explore the current condition of your mind. Therefore, although some meditation sessions may feel more productive and others feel more challenging to work with, you should deem them all as useful. We learn from all of them. So, for our first week of practice, we'll be engaging again in calm, abiding meditation. To make things easier, we'll be posting a daily practice video on our social media. Please use it to guide you through your daily sessions. Again, we ask you to commit to a twice a day meditation schedule. The first I recommend when waking up in the morning, and the second in the early evening. The duration of each session can be again between 5 and 10 minutes. During our first week of practice, feel free to explore different sitting positions, which are shared in the program text. And don't forget that SBT offers daily group meditations right here on our SBT Zoom channel. You can find the schedule on our website and our social media. Everyone is welcome to join. Additionally, during this program, we're actually running two programs simultaneously: our main meditation program and also a meditation instructors program. Our main Saturday classes, like today, are taught by myself, while makeup classes, which share the same material, will be taught throughout the week by our instructors in training. And this gives them an opportunity to practice sharing the material. All classes are open to everyone, and they're a lot of fun. You should definitely come to some. And again, the schedule will be posted on our social media. In next week's class, we'll be learning the 4 classic meditation postures, which is sitting, standing, lying, and walking. Um, Always remember that I'm a click away for help and support. If you haven't already done so, please join our What's Up community, and more specifically, our Introduction to Meditation What's Up chat group, where we share class updates and study material. What's Up is our preferred platform for sharing information and class material. You can find the link for our What's Up community on our website. Miss Labdro?
What day will the instructors' classes be? The training
We'll
instructing
post that.
classes? Okay.
We'll post the schedule. Okay. Lastly, although our program is free, our group does rely on donations to continue its work. So if you're enjoying the program and you'd like to ensure that it remains available to others, consider making a donation at sbtonline.org. So let's end today's class with our altruistic affirmation. May all be healthy, may all be prosperous, may all be well, may all be present, free of past regret and future worry, may all abide in constant appreciation, which is the source of great joy and contentment. May all realize their true nature and the true nature of reality, which is awakening. Remember that the SBT community was created for one purpose, to support you, the practitioner. Thanks, everybody, for coming by. Practice hard, everybody. Bye bye.